are tuned to news hours at Som TV, coming to you live from our studios in Jalingo, Taraba State. Stay connected with us on Facebook at Som TV and on YouTube at Som TV Live for more updates and in-depth coverage delivering the powers of the nation. Here are the major headlines. Nigeria's First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, says her ambition is to serve as a role model for young girls, and 7 councillors of Akoko Edo local government area in Edo State have impeached the council chairman, Alabi Oshinogu. The Anambra State governor has ordered all schools to resume academic activities on Monday. M. Herberts Naftali Banda announced the news info. The First Lady, Senator Oluremi Tinubu, says her ambition is to serve as a role model to young girls, noting that a shortage of positive figures to them as well someone to emulate. Speaking at the inauguration of the Senator Oluremi Tinubu Dream Center at Obafemi Awolowo University, she encouraged girls to dream positively and believe in their potentials, describing ICT Center as a platform for inspiration, storytelling, and digital learning. 7 councillors of Akoko Edo local government area in Edo State have impeached the council chairman, Alabi Oshinogu, citing abuse of office, financial misconduct, anti-party activities, and disobedience to authority. The impeachment follows the collapse of peace talks and a failed attempt by 3 councillors to remove the others. Those seats were subsequently declared vacant. Oshinogu denied the allegation, describing the action as politically motivated. The Anambra State government has ordered all schools to resume academic activities on Monday, warning that defaulters will be shut down. The Education Commissioner, Professor Ngozi Chuma Ude, said the directive approved by Governor Chukwuma Soludo applies to public, private, mission, as well return schools. The move follows an executive order ending Monday closure linked to sit-at-home protest, as authorities seek to restore normal schooling and economic activities across the state. The Ekiti State government has approved 76.6 million in vehicle and housing loans for primary school teachers to boost welfare and morale. The vehicle loans covers 49 teachers, while housing loans benefit 72 individuals. The official states Governor Biodun Oyebanjo aims to strengthen basic education by motivating staffs, improve teachers' welfare, and is expected to enhance performances, create a better learning environment for pupils, and reinforces Ekiti's commitment to educational development across the state. The Kano State Commissioner of Information, Ibrahim Weya, denied claims that Abba Kabir Yusuf has lost control following defections to the leading APC. He emphasized that the key ministries, including education, health, work, finance, agriculture, and power, remains fully operational. The policies are being implemented, the projects are ongoing, and the cabinet is functional. Weya urged critics to distinguish political theater from governance, highlighting the administration's stability, effective management, and continuous strategic oversight across Kano State. Additionally, the Kano State donated 25 million to families of 5 Joint Task Force personnel killed during the bandit clash in Shanonu local government area. Each family received 5 million. Governor Abba Yusuf reaffirmed collaborations with security agencies, while the military reported eliminating 43 bandits since November 2025. The gesture strengthens morale, support bereaved families, and enhances security operations, while boosting confidence in law enforcement and public safety throughout Kano State. In Kogi State, stakeholders including NGOs, political parties, electoral bodies, religious leaders, and civil society groups pledged to curb electoral violences, as well increase women's participation ahead of the 2027 election. At the consultative forums, cultural barriers, insecurity, and discrimination were identified as key challenges. Participants resolved to promote inclusivity, peaceful voting, and closer engagement with electoral institutions, while aiming to ensure fair elections, strengthens democratic processes, and increase citizens' trust in governance across the state. The Federal High Court in Abuja approved former Kogi State Governor Yahya Bello's request to travel to Saudi Arabia for the 2026 Leisure Hajj. Justice Emeka Nwete ordered the temporary release of his passport for 10 days, starting from March 13, 2026. Bello's standing trials for alleged 80.2 billion naira laundry sought the trips for religious observance. The prosecution did not oppose the request but maintained that trial's date remains unchanged. Governor Obasani of Kaduna State received 5 awards from health sector unions for revitalizing healthcare, improving personnel welfare, and at the commissioning of the Kaduna State Primary Healthcare Board headquarters, he launched modern medical equipment, ambulances, upgraded 255 PHCs, established 23 PHC centers of excellence, and added 120 neonatal corners, renovated 19 general hospitals, recruited 1,800 health workers, and cleared salary and promotion backlog, while enhancing service delivery and healthcare outcomes statewide. The Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, distributed 12 ambulances to hospitals across FCT to strengthen emergency healthcare services. He highlighted alignment with investments in roads, education, and health infrastructure. The FCT administration is rehabilitating health centers, recruiting personnel, and improving healthcare workers' welfare. These measures aim to enhance emergency response, reduce medical delays, and improve patient outcomes, ensuring a more efficient and resilient healthcare systems in the Federal Capital Territory. Stakeholders and human rights advocates also urged the National Assembly to expedite the passage of the reversed seats for women bills during the capacity building forum in Abuja. The proposal recommends 37 additional Senate seats, 37 in the House of Representatives, and 3 per state assembly for female candidates. Experts emphasize engaging males as allies to dismantle patriarchy, increases women's participation, and reduce gender-based violence, while promoting inclusive governance nationwide. Governor Dapo Abiodun formally handed over Tai Solarin University of Education, Ijagun, to the federal government during its 17th convocation. The Memorandum of Understanding was signed with Minister of Education, Professor Suwaiba Ahmed. The First Lady Oluremi Tinubu announced a 50 million empowerment for the best graduating female students over 10 years. Abiodun praised federal support for teachers' education and national equity, while the university celebrated growth of over 35,000 students across undergraduate and postgraduate programs, while reinforcing education across the nationwide. The Lagos State Police arraigned activist Hassan Taiwo Soweto and Dele Frank at Yaba Chief Magistrate Court over protests against illegal demolitions and land grabbing. They face 5 charges, including conspiracy, unlawful assembly, and obstruction of traffic. Both pleaded not guilty. The human rights lawyer Femi Falana San represented them despite initial objections. The court granted 200,000 bails each with 2 sureties and adjourned the case to March 11, 2026, while ensuring due legal process in place. The All Progressive Congress in Zamfara State accused Governor Dauda Lawal of using government house security operatives to intimidate opposition members ahead of the 2027 election. Citing the arrest of APC member Bashir Issa Gusau, the People's Democratic Party dismissed claims as false, insisting governance remains inclusive. Both parties emphasize peaceful political engagement, while observers call for accountability in law enforcement and the protection of electoral rights to maintain public confidence across Zamfara State. The House of Representatives urged the federal government to harmonize poverty reduction and food security programs to combat hunger. The lawmaker noted that displaced farmers, especially in the Northeast, lack access to input, credit, and infrastructure. The ministries were directed to provide support, including mechanizations, irrigation, storage, and extension services, ensuring agricultural recovery, food sufficiency, and national economic stability. The federal government, through the Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security, distributed free seeds and fertilizer to farmers in Cross River State. The minister, Abubakar Kyari, emphasized support for small-scale farmers. Beneficiaries were urged to use input effectively, strengthening productivity and food security. The initiative aims to reduce poverty, create jobs, and foster sustainable agricultural practices nationwide. The Federal Government of Nigeria Power Company called for collaboration with Kwara State to improve electricity under the Presidential Power Initiatives. The discussion focused on energizing feeders, supporting residential and industrial growth, and attracting investors. Kwara highlighted ongoing transformer installations. Reliable powers is expected to boost businesses, stimulate economic activity, and enhance living conditions while advancing national energy access as well its objectives. The Nigeria's National Assembly is considering a comprehensive electoral reform bills, introducing electric result, as well as transmission across the checking with hard copies, the downloadable voters' cards, oversight of resident electoral commissioners, and mandatory digital party registers. While some provisions, including campaign spending limits, raised concerns, the bill is seen as a key step toward credible, transparent, and accountable elections nationwide. Lawyers protested at the Federal Ministry of Finance over unpaid obligations to indigenous contractors totaling 4 trillion. They coordinated with civil society groups. They accused the Ministry of Favoritism and demanded the resignation of the Minister of State for Finance, Dr. Doris Ozuka Anite. Instead, payment have accused loans defaults, asset seizures, and job losses, prompting calls for presidential intervention and ensure prompt disbursement as well accountability. The Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission announced that applicants with strong technical and financial credentials will advance in 2025 licensing round for 50 oil and gas blocks. The CEO, Mrs. Odisemiyewa Ayesan, emphasized a transparent, merit-based process and reduced entry barriers. The compliances with the Petroleum Industry Act and digital tools aims to attract investors, improve sufficiency, and strengthens confidence in Nigeria's petroleum sector. That's where we draw curtain for News at 10. I am Herbert Naftali Bandawa. Until then, I wish you a good morning.